Okay, are you ready?
Fire away.
Okay. All right. Welcome to Million Hour Workweek, where we learn the stories and work life of entrepreneurs so that if you are looking to start this type of business, you'll have a little insight into what it takes to start, run, and successfully profit off of a business like this. And for the community to learn a little bit more about the person behind the business. Today I have here with me Jonathan Dupee from Freedom Electrical Services. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. How are you today?
I am good. I am happy to be here. This is exciting. This is a cool setup you have here. So yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Feel honored to be here, really.
Of course. I'm honored to have you.
Thank you. I was afraid your dad would beat me up if I didn't say yes.
No. He spoke very highly of you whenever he was recommending. So
your
I was
dad's
like,
been a great
absolutely.
influence in my life and got to hang out with him. So
He's a sweet guy. Tell everyone who you are.
my name is Jonathan Dupee. I am an electrician here in Sapulpa. I love what I do. I love my job. Sometimes it can be a shocking experience for me. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. That's
Anyway,
a good one.
anyway, but yes, I like my job, and I got to know a lot of people here in Sapulpa, and it's a very rewarding job for me.
Yeah.
And so I tell you the truth, though, when people ask me about my company, it's just been the trust and the faith in God that's got me this far.
Yeah.
It's not. People think you can just get up one day and start your business. It's not. And so you just got to get up every day, knowing what your purpose is, and just go after it. And if the phone doesn't ring, you just got to trust God to see what's going on and make right choices with advertising and people you hire and people you work for.
Yeah.
It's all part of it,
Yeah, absolutely. And I definitely think it is wrapped into it because you definitely need something bigger than you to deal with owning a business because there's just so much that comes with it that you
It's
just
not
don't
for the
think
faint
about.
of heart,
It's
okay?
really not.
You have to be driven, motivated, determined,
Yeah.
and you have to have some type of grit that, if it doesn't work out, it's okay. You got to, it's nothing's a guarantee.
Yeah.
You want to do a good job. And the thing I've been thankful for is my business has grown by word of mouth.
Yeah.
People I know, people I talk to, hands that I shake. When I talk to people, I tell them who I am, and I don't come out with say, "Hey, I'm an electrician. Do you have anything for me to do?" No, I don't say none of that. My name's Jonathan, and I work for Freedom Electrical Services. I don't tell them I own it. I say, "Hey, I work for them," and they said, "Oh, you're an electrician?" Yes, I'm an electrician. You have a card. Now, let me ask you, I don't always have my business cards on me. You think that's a major thing?
Well, it kind of depends because I also own a lash business and I never have cards on me.
But you have eyelashes on you.
Yes, and I have an Instagram, so I can give them that. But for this, I do have business cards for this, and it has like a summary of what the podcast is on it. So I think it depends on what type of business you own.
So do you think business cards are still the way to go, or it's a way of the past? Because you have digital cards on your phone.
Yeah, I've kind of been struggling with the same thing because, like, honestly, with the lash cards, I got like no business from giving out business cards. I do get a lot more business from the podcast ones,
Right.
but I'm giving them to business owners, so it's a pretty targeted audience. But I don't know. I think it really is going more towards like social media presence
Right.
and really how big your social media presence is, because a lot of people my age and younger, they go to like Facebook or TikTok or Instagram to look for services. So I think it does have something to do with that.
Well, the other day somebody called me on the phone, and I always like to know. That's a very good point, because I always like to know, how did you find my number? And this one guy said, well, I got on ChatGPT, and they look at reviews. And so with Google, I have a lot of good Google reviews. And when you have good reviews, I think it kind of keeps you towards the top a little bit. And so I promote reviews, and I try to do my best with every customer. If there's a complaint, I try to make it right. But sometimes you can't always do that.
Yeah.
And you got to know to cut your losses and roll on. And and in business, sometimes being the owner, you're the last one to get paid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it, And but I've enjoyed it, and I've grown up in a house where my mother had her own business, and I seen the hard work that they put to get it done.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the hard work that was bothered me, by no means, but the reward is good, because when you get to a point, you have flexible hours.
Yeah.
You can create your own schedule, and so there's definitely benefits in it. But nothing comes overnight.
Yeah.
You got to get after and get out, and can't be lazy. You can't be putting stuff off. You just got to get up every morning and put your boots on and go get it.
Yeah.
It's there. You just got to get it.
Yes. It's always got to be forefront of your mind
Yes.
if that's what you're trying to achieve. You did say that you are word of mouth marketing. What areas do you get to serve with that?
What do you mean, as in?
Like, as in areas of...
What are areas like Sapulpa?
Yes.
Well, Sapulpa, Tulsa, Stillwater. We've done just a few in Stillwater. Cushing, Drumright, Oilton.
Yeah.
And so part of a place called Green Country Services, like low-income housing. And I've been there. They've been my customer or client, I guess for years.
Yeah.
And they never question invoices. Of course, we're very upfront anyway how we charge.
Yeah.
So there's no reason for them to. But we've had to go up in pricing on certain things, gas charges and stuff like that, and they pay.
Yeah.
And there's no questions. And when you have a customer that does that, that makes you want to, when they call, to go take care of them right away, because they take care of you. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
And but yeah, we go anywhere. I mean, I've been to Kansas City, worked in before, and but yeah, we have tools, we have cars, we travel.
Perfect. Nice. Okay. I heard that you also recently started a podcast. What inspired you to start that side venture?
It's definitely not the level that you're at right now, but I love to visit and talk. I love to talk about things that help people, that encourage people. And so, like on Friday mornings, we do Free Coffee Friday, and I do a little morning show for Free Coffee, talk about what's going on in Sapulpa at that point. Sometimes I interview the people that's doing free coffee, and you'd be surprised, and you've seen this, where people are like, well, I don't want to talk into camera, and that's embarrassing, or I'm too shy, and they're like, no, it's easy. Yeah. And so I just put them on like you're doing right now. Just ask questions. You walk them through it. And they're like, man, Jonathan, that was fun. That was great. Wasn't that hard at all?
No.
Well, no. And you see people come out of their shell, and you just talk about things that it's just simple stuff,
Yeah.
It's nothing like earth-shattering or it could be life-changing. Depends how people do it. But yeah, I think podcast is a lot of fun, and you're kind of in charge of it.
Yeah.
You can talk what topics you want. People like it, great. If they don't, that's okay.
Yeah. I think it's the human connection of it. Like, I love talking to people about it. And I started this because I genuinely just loved hearing business owner stories. I just had never seen the two put together. So I was like, I would love to do that. But I think it really comes down to, I just love the human connection of it.
Cool. Yeah. I think that's it too. Yeah.
Did you grow up around the Tulsa area?
Well, I was born in Michigan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so moved here when I was 9 years old from Michigan. Yeah. And moved to Oilton. Have you heard of Oilton?
I have heard of Oilton,
okay.
Yes.
Surprise, surprise. So I moved to Oilton, and when we moved there, my uncle had a school and a church. And at the point, my dad had lost his job in Michigan, so we felt like the Lord was drawing us out here to Oilton. So we moved out here, and we got involved in the school and the church. My mom ended up buying a hearing aid company.
Nice.
And so she got real into that, and my dad came into that too. And it wasn't easy when we first got out here. It wasn't an easy transition. There are some challenges, and we questioned it sometimes, because I think sometimes, even when you follow God or when you start your business, there's going to be times where you're going to question, hey, is this what I really need to do? Yeah. Because you go through some hard times, and it can make you think twice, but that's okay. Sometimes you got to see what you're made of. Yeah. Am I really going to put all into this thing, or am I going to be kind of wishy-washy here? But yeah, we stuck it out, and ended up going to the school, graduating from high school in Oilton, and did a stint at Votech in the computers. And then went to a college out of state for one semester, and then came back, and then, I'm going to go to Oklahoma State. So got enrolled at Oklahoma State, loved it, a big old shoe fan.
Yeah.
And I graduated from Oklahoma State with a degree.
Nice.
And in agriculture economics. And I was interviewing for some companies, but they were pulling me out of state, and they weren't really interested in me. I wasn't interested in what they were offering at the time.
Yeah.
So my brother-in-law said, hey, why don't you come work for me? I'm busy. He was an electrician, Oilton Favco Electric. He's now sold his company. And he just kind of taught me hands-on.
Yeah.
And I picked it up really fast, and I began to enjoy it. Because when you're an electrician, it's like instant gratification. You see your work like this.
Yeah.
Lights on, outlets fixed, and the customer's like, wow, thanks so much. And they have a smile on their face. And so that's just kind of how I transitioned. I started in Olson and got the trade down, became a journeyman, and just bounced around from there.
What did you think that you were going to be when you grew up when you were a kid?
Well, that's a good question. When I was thinking about this the other day, and I always wanted to be a truck driver.
Really?
Yeah.
What made you want to be a truck driver?
Well, I guess it was a CB, talking on the CBs and stuff, and the trucks are real big, and you travel a lot, and it's like, I want to be a truck driver. My parents were like, well, that's great. You can be a truck driver, you know? And, but as I got older and moved out here, I didn't know what I wanted to do. My dad always wanted me to be an electrician.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I really wanted that, you know? So I tried some other avenues, and I did get a college degree, so I'm thankful for that. But when I finally guess to grow up or got some sense about myself, I got into the trade and felt like that's where I needed to be, you know?
Nice.
I felt like I could kind of write, if you will, your own ticket.
Yeah.
You know? And and because of this, and you're the same way with podcasts, you promote them because you're into that.
Yeah.
I really promote the trades. Because I think college is overrated, overpriced.
Yeah.
And if kids can want a job, quick job, make good money, travel anywhere, be able to do a job, I think the trades can get you there quicker.
Absolutely. And I don't think that AI can take a lot of the trades.
No, not the electrical side.
Yeah, very hands-on. So
Yes.
at least you'll have job security in that sense.
Yes, I've been noticing that more and more.
Yeah. Whenever you were younger, what did success look like in your household?
Well, that's a good question. Well, so I grew up with a mom, and I guess it's okay to say mom and dad because a lot of people don't do that today. So grew up in a house with my parents were there, and they both worked, and I had chores to do, and I had to get my chores done, and so I felt like success was they came home, dinner was on the table, the bills were paid. We didn't take big vacations. We didn't go away a lot. My parents having their own company, own business, you didn't get to do that a lot.
Yeah.
But at one point, when you go back to what I wanted to be when I was growing up, at one point I thought I wanted to step into my mother's company and become an audiologist, which is hearing. And when I was in college at TCC, I took a speech class.
Yeah.
And aced the class, loved the speech class. And at the point, one of my speeches was for hearing. And all about the ear, how the ear works and all that stuff. And I really enjoyed it. And my mom's like, hey, you could really take this company over if you wanted to, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't really know if I wanted to. It was changing a lot at the time. And so my mom wasn't really pushing it at that point.
Yeah.
And so I decided to just kind of get in the electrical side of things. But yeah, success for me was just coming home from work. I see from my parents come home, dinner would be ready, the bills were paid, and we had a roof over our head. I mean,
Yeah.
it's simple.
Would you say watching your parents own a business kind of like push you to own a business in a way?
I would say 100%.
Yeah.
I would say I get a lot of my drive and determination from my mother. Okay. And I get a lot from my father too, but my mother's still working today.
Yeah.
She's 80. She's bought and sold, like, this would be a third business.
Period.
And
Businesswoman.
Yes, she's very busy.
Yeah.
Yes. And so speaking of that, my mother and father's company at one point was one of the top 10 of hearing aid companies in Oklahoma.
Nice.
There wasn't a lot of them.
Yeah.
And I think it was in the top 5. But she was connected to Starkey at one point, which is a hearing aid company.
Yeah.
And she was well known among her industry. She had a great reputation among her industry as being a very smart businesswoman, a great salesman, owned a great company. And my mother did that through hard work and determination. And so I think that's part of that I get that from my parents.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. When did you realize that you wanted to break away and make your own electrical business?
Well, you know, as you well know, and your husband knows, is the electrical trade, the construction is up and down. Okay, one day you're busy, one day you're not. Seasonal, especially in electrical trades and stuff, and plumbing, it can be slow, and heat and air. So, you know, I got bounced around a couple companies, worked for my brother-in-law, then worked for Gilly, then went to Harp. And I thought, you know, I'm just going to venture out. I was kind of praying about it too. You know, it's just not a decision I just made overnight.
Absolutely.
Especially my family, my wife thought I was starting over again. You know, it's like, here we are. I had a good job with Pepsi Cola company.
Yeah.
I was slinging pop for Pepsi, making good money. A lot of things changed at Pepsi. They were working me to death almost 7 days a week. And I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And so that's when I went to work for my brother-in-law, picked up the trade. And then through that transition of working for my brother-in-law and those other companies, I said, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm just going to get my journeyman's license and do stuff on the side.
Yeah.
And so my wife knew some people, and they'd call me for some jobs. I put my name in this little magazine. It was for the MS Society magazine. And I put my name in there, electrical trades. And I got so many calls out of that little magazine.
Wow.
I'm telling you, it was amazing.
Well, that's
now, I'm not
good.
talking big jobs, you know.
Yeah.
$400, $500, $600 jobs here, you know, a couple $1,000 jobs there. And it added up. And I thought, man, this is really taking off.
Yeah.
And and I seen it as it was taking off. I just kind of kept going with it, you know.
Was there ever a time where you or someone else almost talked you out of starting your own business?
No, nobody really talked me out of it, especially my mom and dad, because that's what they did. You know, my wife kind of questioned a little bit, not talked me out of it, but just like, here we are. We have 2 girls. We have a house. We have a house payment. She's the only one working. Yeah. I'm working a little bit, you know, jobs here and there.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talked me out of it. Matter of fact, my cousin, his name is Jordan, said, you know what, Jonathan? He was in my youth group. He said, I believe this is what God wants you to do. He gave me $100 towards my electrical test and license.
How sweet is that?
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, man, Jordan, I'm not asking for that. He said, nope, here, you take it. So I used that money, signed up to take a class to study for my journeyman's contractor's license. And went to Oklahoma City, took that class, studied hard, ended up making a 90% on the test.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So no, there was never ever somebody talking me out of it. Did I ever have second thoughts? Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking back, what would you tell yourself? Like, if you could tell that version of yourself that was starting the business something, what would you tell yourself?
Man. Maybe should have started sooner.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Maybe should have not wasted so much time in college. And you know, having fun in college and partying as much. But you're young, too.
Yeah.
You know, at that point. That and don't worry. You know, hang in there. Don't worry about so much stuff.
Yeah.
But that's it. Yeah. If you would have started sooner and got after it, maybe.
What's one thing you believed about success back then that you completely disagree with today?
I think money in the bank.
Really?
Yep. Large amounts of money in the bank.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a sign of success.
What
it's part of it.
What do you think of success is?
Success is getting up and enjoying what you do every day. And it's not a job. It's you enjoy it because why? You see what you do affects people's lives. It changes their life. It makes their life better.
Yeah.
And you get paid to do that. And you meet good people. You shake hands. And that to me is success. And you get up and you want to get up every morning.
Yeah.
And you have a drive to do it.
Absolutely.
Your family supports you. And you're seeing that, you know, you're experiencing things, you're doing things, traveling here and there that you never thought you'd be able to do that. And but obviously it's not about me at the end of the day either. It's about getting up, trusting God, and just putting my faith in that I'm doing the right thing. And just keep going after it.
Absolutely.
That's what success is to me, is getting up in the morning, enjoying what you're doing, and getting paid to do it.
The slow burn of it all.
Yep.
Absolutely. Do you feel like you were sacrificing anything during the beginning of starting your business?
I think so. I think when you're starting your own business, you have to sacrifice maybe some family time, ball games, stuff like that. I mean, people might be like, well, I'm not about that. Well, okay. Try starting your own business and see how that works.
Yeah.
Without doing the sacrifice. Without sacrifice, I don't think there's no big reward. If you think you can just go into business and do what you want right up front, and I'm not going to sacrifice anything, this is my business, well, you may not go as far as you want to. But if you're willing to put your all into it, realizing that you're going to sacrifice something, the payoff, I believe, will be better and bigger than what you think.
Absolutely. What has been your hardest year in business, and how did you navigate that?
Well, surprisingly enough, COVID was not a bad year.
Really?
Yep. It was a year we grew.
Wow. Well, that's good.
Yep. We really did. This year's been kind of slow starting out, and we're starting to pick up a little bit. You just have to look for other ways to try to drum up business. Call the customers, check your pricing, see how your bidding process is, and not worry as best you can.
Yeah.
And maybe you have to revamp some things, maybe cut some expenses, and look at the whole picture.
Yeah.
And then see what the trend is. What's going on? Is there other people busy? Or is it just you? Or what's going on?
Yeah. What has been the biggest mistake you've made so far as a business owner, in your opinion?
Man, there's been made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
One doesn't really stand out to me per se. I think maybe one of my biggest mistakes would be, as a business owner, for me, is not laying my expectations out for my guys right away.
Yeah.
Knowing what I expect from my guys, knowing what they need to do every day, or what I expect from them to do every day between 8 and 5, or 7:30 to 4.
Yeah.
I think that would be a big mistake, is laying it out there. And I mean, I try to be the best boss I can.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a micromanager, but you need to put expectations out there for your people, what to expect.
Yeah.
As a employee.
Absolutely.
To the employer.
Yeah. How did you get your employees? Like, how did you get your first employee?
Wow, that's so. They applied.
Really?
Yeah. So great story with each of my employees. So I don't have the same employees I had when I got started.
Yeah.
I like one guy. His name was Waylon, and he came to me. He wasn't green, but he came to me from another company, and from company in Drumright. He was a good electrician, and he was with me for a while. He got married, and he ended up quitting to go work with his wife's family. Well, that didn't work out, and because he was such an employee, he came back. And he came to me recommended from a pastor friend of mine. Said, hey, I got this guy in my church. He's looking for an electrical job. What do you think? I want to send him over. Hired him right up.
Yeah.
And then one guy, his name is Jared. He was looking to move from Stillwater to this area. He was building a house for his family. He just gave me a call. Hey, I'm looking for a job. My name's Jared, blah, blah, blah. Met him. Great fit. Came right on. One guy, David, he came from different state. Called me on the phone. Hey, you hiring? Well, I'm kind of looking right now. So it's not like I really put a lot of applications out. They just happened to call me.
Yeah.
They call me in the phone book. One guy, his name is Jason. He works for me right now. And he just kept bugging the heck out of me.
Yeah.
He was
bringing your phone?
Yeah, he kept bringing the phone, checking on the phone, checking. I thought, you know what? I'm going to give him a try. He really, that speaks to a employer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dedication. Dedication. He'd rather want to work for you. Yeah. I'm doing a good job. What you got for me? I'll start part-time, whatever. I just want to work here. I live here. I really want to move here and work here. So he's been a great, And then my buddy, Johnny Jones, me and Johnny worked together at my brother-in-law's company for a while. And we just really hit it off. He's a smart electrician, and he's good. And so something happened between his job. And he said, hey, Jonathan, I always wanted to hire him, but I couldn't really hire him because he had a real good gig at the last company.
Yeah.
But something happened over there. So he's like, hey, man, I'm leaving this company. What you got? I said, come on, Johnny.
To absolutely come. You got work on Monday.
Yep.
Yes.
And part of that story is, like I said, everyone has a story. And so Johnny comes working for me. A couple weeks later, his wife got real sick.
Yeah.
She actually died at home. He scooped her up, raced to the hospital, and she was barely alive when he got her in the truck. By the time he got to the hospital, there was nothing there. They brought her back to life, and she's doing better today. But I said, Johnny, if you would have been, because he traveled a lot with that other company, and if he'd have been out of town,
yeah, absolutely,
he'd have come home to
my gosh,
nobody.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm like, man, that was just, it wasn't long after he came to work for me.
Yeah,
where
meant
that
to
happened.
Be.
So I little things like that, just really like, man, that's amazing, in the right place.
Absolutely, right place, right time.
Yep.
Are you hiring currently?
Not right now. I'm not.
You're fully staffed.
Yeah, I'm fully staffed.
Yeah.
I had to let a young man go. They say, and I don't know who they are, but other companies, that you can tell from a guy within 2 weeks he's going to work out.
Yeah.
And we've got a generation coming up, not including your husband, but I think younger guys than him.
Yeah.
That are just don't know. They don't know tools.
Yeah.
So they may not know how to use a shovel and a screwdriver, and I'm like, man, what? But yet they went to electrical school, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So I had to let this young man go. I hate doing it. He was a great young man, but we were getting slow, and things were happening, just weren't happening fast enough. You know, when you're busy in the trade and you got guys coming on that are kind of green, you have to willingly take time to train them up right. Sometimes it's hard to take that time. Not that you don't want to.
Yeah.
It's just we're so busy, and we're not a big company, but we run hot. We work pretty fast, and so you just got to get in and get the job done.
Yeah. You don't have time to be dilly-dallying.
No. They got my gentlemen are like, listen, not this kid, but I mean they've been examples for like, hey, I'm trying to get this job done. I'm babysitting. This ain't working out. I got to go back tomorrow because this and this and this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So you
got to trust your people.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say. You listen to your employees and
yes.
you take what they say at face value.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to. Plus you got to use wisdom in that too. You don't want a complainer.
Yeah.
And they're not. And as a business owner, you don't want to buy everything they want,
Yeah.
I'm kind of tight as a business owner. I think everybody most business owners are when it comes to spending.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you really just don't understand how I've talked about this point on a different episode, but you don't understand how many expenses go into running a business. You have to watch the bank account. It's not some willy-nilly credit card teenage fun that gets to happen around here. You have to 100%. Watch every single expense, and some people just aren't built for that.
That's a good point. If you're not built for that and you just like to spend, you better not be in business.
Exactly.
You're going to run up a bill.
Yeah, you're not going to be in business long, that's for sure.
No, you'll be in debt quick.
Yeah. What do you think that entrepreneurship has costed you personally?
Cost me?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really cost me anything.
Really? You wouldn't say that you've had to trade something for being an entrepreneur?
Well, I guess maybe your time.
Yeah.
That would be it. But then you got to look at that as okay, was that really a bad thing? Because my time is get into doing what I love the most.
Absolutely.
There's Saturdays I work. And I've had to miss a few things because, I had to be there, get up in the middle of the night, a little bit of sleep.
Yeah.
I may not have gotten a paycheck every week like I wanted to. So there is some cost in that. But did it cost me enough to not do it and not to tell people to do it? No.
No, absolutely not. And I don't think it will ever outweigh it personally. No. If you find a business that aligns with what you want to do and you start that, it's never going to outweigh it, how much you actually have to put into it. Even if you're doing all the hours in the day,
correct.
It's going to fuel you internally because it's something that gives you gratification.
Yep, fulfillment.
Yes.
And I think everybody has that. And that's I agree, that's a great point when you find that business that really motivates you to be a better person, if you will, and to make a real difference in people's lives. You won't care the hours you put in or the money you're making or not making it someplace else because you're like, hey, this is it.
Yeah, absolutely. So whenever people hear electrical business owner, what do they usually assume about what you do?
Oh, by the owner?
Yes.
Oh, go to
By
the
the
lake,
name of it.
take vacations, drives fancy trucks, just don't go out to the jobs, don't do anything.
Yeah.
You know, sleeps in the mornings, goes to the coffee shop.
Absolutely, just living the luxury life.
Yeah, that's it, because we're business owners now, so we got it made.
Absolutely.
Which is total false.
Absolutely. What is your day-to-day schedule like?
So I get up at 5 o'clock every morning, pretty much. I go to the gym, and start my day at the gym. See the guys, see some of my buddies, work up my buddies. Used to be you with your dad.
Yeah.
His schedule changed.
Yeah.
And get started, and then so I drive my car to my shop. I walk to the gym, and then I work out. Then I walk back to the office. I get there about 6:50, 7 o'clock every day. I change clothes. I sit down, and I just kind of begin to think and meditate on the day. I do a scripture. I get my mind ready. And then once everybody gets there at 7:30, it's game on. Mentally, I'm always on.
Yeah.
Okay. I think one thing, if it's cost me anything, it's hard for me to turn it off.
Yeah.
Okay. It's always going. I can leave and go out of town, but it's still mentally, it's on the phone, and it's always churning the business.
Yeah.
And then I get up, I emails, I do phone calls, I make sure the guys know where they're going. Do you have any questions? Do you need material? Stuff like that. And then when they leave, I'm working on some estimates. What's my secretary got on her agenda for me today? And I begin to make phone calls.
Yeah.
And then put out fires, take care of situations, look at jobs. I mean, there's days where I can drive 100 miles looking at all these jobs because my guys are working. That's my job. They estimate the jobs, drive and go look at them, meet customers, shake hands.
Absolutely.
And make sure that we got work coming in. Yeah, that's what I do.
Have you experienced burnout at all?
Yes. So I have a good friend of mine, and one thing you need to learn in business is you need relationships in business with other businessmen.
Yeah.
And because I think it helps when you get to that burnout, because you can be like, man, I'm burning out. Have you like ask other people the same thing? And yes, I have, and thinking, man, I've actually thought, man, am I doing all this for naught? Am I going to just be doing this till I die? Am I going to be in a service truck on my way to my funeral?
Yeah.
I'm serious. And because you want to get to the point where you can step away from it, and but you don't want to be so fried that you're like, I just work myself to death and miss the life.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, that there's something in life. There's some time when you got to be able to, and it's hard. I haven't figured it out yet, but there's got to be a balance.
Yeah.
And somebody said one time, they said, you got to be able to work yourself out of a job. As a boss, work yourself out of a job. Get a manager. For the most part, my guys do a good job managing their jobs and their time. Are they perfect? No. Do I worry about that? As a business owner, you do.
Yeah.
But yes, you can experience burnout, and you got to figure out how not to let that happen. But I guess for me, I just power through it.
You just keep going,
Yeah.
showing up. To your point of working this till you die, do you contribute to a 401k plan for retirement?
Yes, I absolutely do.
Okay.
You have, and right now is the time you should be contributing with Trump being in office.
Yeah.
And the way the stock market's going. I have friends that said their 401ks have.
Yeah, absolutely. I know my 401k is just sitting since I quit Apple. I got to figure out something to do with that. But the reason why I ask is I didn't ask for the first couple of episodes, and then I got on a tangent with a guest, and I asked her, and she didn't. And so I was like, oh. She's like, no, I'm going to just do this till I die. Oh. And I was like, oh, okay. And so now I've been very interested to see if people do or don't, or if they think it's important too. But
Oh, totally important too, because you want to be able to retire and live off your fruits, right?
Yeah.
The fruits of your labor. And and maybe at a beach somewhere in Florida.
Absolutely.
You know, I have 2 girls. I don't know where they're going to end up at. You know, grandkids, there's always that. Yeah. I'm a minute from that. I'm a little while from that. But all this stuff begins to play in your life when you're working for yourself. You know, where am I going to be in a few years? Because people ask me, I've always been, you probably ask the same thing. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? How in the world can you answer that question?
Yeah.
So what are people looking for when they ask that?
I don't know. Some gigantic plan. I'm like, I can plan up whatever I want. That doesn't mean that I'm going to achieve it.
100%.
Like, there's going to be things that go wrong and that don't go to plan. So what I say doesn't matter.
I know.
We're going to see in 5 years where I'm at.
Yeah, you hire me. You'll see me in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't know. I just get up one day at a time and go after it.
Yeah.
And when I went home at night, I tell you, I fall right out of sleep because I'm just so mentally drained from all day long. I think my job, the hardest part of my job is the mental side of things.
Yeah.
I mean, because I can go out there and use my hands and fix outlets and fix lights in our house in my sleep. But the mental side of it just wears me out.
Yeah, you got to find a way to clock out.
I know, and so let me know when you find that.
Yeah, I've been working on it. Recently, my thing to try to clock out has been coloring. I've been coloring, like setting a timer
doing that?
and just coloring, yeah.
Is that why people color so much?
Yes.
My sister-in-law does, my wife does, my girls color. That's okay.
He said absolutely not. I don't know. You could try maybe going on a walk.
I do that every night. I walk downtown because I like to see, you know, we did all the lights downtown.
Pretty downtown.
It's real pretty downtown. So I do that. I like to go to the farm. When I go to the farm and brush hog, that's kind of where I turn off at.
Yeah. Maybe buy a horse. Horseback riding, I've heard, is very peaceful.
Yes, I like to buy a horse. I have cattle.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you're a skip and a jump away from a horse.
So, I'd love to go to the cattle auctions and just sit all day on Saturday.
Yeah. Hey, that'd be fun, honestly. Okay. What is the hardest part of leading people, in your opinion?
Man, maybe if you haven't been there yet.
Have I been there yet?
No, maybe you haven't been where you're trying to lead them to.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And maybe if you have confidence in yourself enough to lead them, you know, do I really know what I'm doing here? Am I leading them in the right direction? Do they really want to follow me?
Yeah.
Am I that type of leader that people care? All these thoughts go through your head, you know, and so you're just kind of hoping they're. Maybe that's one of the another thing is that I said from the beginning is one of my weaknesses is really leading people and making a point to get them there, I guess. Yeah. You know?
Like setting
the goals.
Yes, setting expectations.
And that's part of being a leader.
Yeah.
Setting the expectations. When you work for me, this is what I expect out of you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? What is something that your customers don't get to see about your business?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't get to see your camaraderie with the team in the office?
No, they see it because sometimes I'll come out on the job and I'll hang out with the guys and see how they're doing, talk with the customers, shake hands. Yeah. Sometimes customers come to my office just to see me. But one thing I think that's it. I mean, they see the camaraderie. They don't get to see me outside of work much. Outside of what I do when I'm off. Yeah. You know, my church thing and what I do on the side, none of that stuff. So they just see me on the job, always plugged in, and then always in my work clothes. Yeah,
go mode every single time.
Yeah, they always see me in go mode, and they know and so they just think I just go, you know. And one thing I've noticed too is in businesses, when you go out as a boss and they see you and they got an image of you, they think that everybody else is going to have that same image. And I think that's the way I try to.
Yeah.
You know.
I haven't gotten to the point where I have people that work for me yet, but I still get like the imposter syndrome about being a business owner, and I've owned a lash business for 3 years. And it's still like sometimes I'm like, but like saying that I do a podcast, that one has been a hard one to like get myself to even say, let alone like putting people on the podcast. Like I can talk to a business owner and be like, yeah, I do a podcast, and like get them on, but like telling like a random person, like I had someone ask me in Quick Trip the other day, out of all places, what I do, and I was like, oh, I host a podcast, and like that felt weird. So I think I understand what you mean in that point of like of you just expect a certain image of everyone thinking the same thing of you, and that's just not the case.
I see your point, because I think what I said before, I don't tell people I own Freedom Electrical. I say I work for an electrical company. I'm an electrician. I don't tell them I'm the owner.
Yeah. It's it's hard, because then like I feel like they just like think of it a different way, and I don't need them to do that. I just need them to be on the podcast or listen to it or get their lashes done. That's really it.
Yeah, that's it. Like, while they're watching the podcast,
yeah,
get
that
your lashes
will work
done.
as well. Yes. So what is the biggest misconception about electricians, in your opinion?
They don't clean up after themselves.
Really?
They're messy.
You know who doesn't? The mud and tape people. I feel like those people for sure don't clean up after themselves.
You ever see them things on TikTok and the internet where they make fun of electricians because they don't sweep behind themselves and clean up? My guys clean up after themselves.
Yeah.
And I think the misconception is that they charge a lot, and there's certain arrogance about them. But they're we're good at what we do.
Yeah.
And you can do a lot of things, but without power, you're in the dark.
You're absolutely right. What is something people should never try themselves?
Yeah, probably wire their house.
Yeah, the whole house. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
More people are killed by 120 volts than anything, because more people work on that. So yeah.
And if you do have some electrical needed done, reach out to him and he'll do it for you.
Yes. Freedom Electric. We all love freedom.
Absolutely. Okay. What systems or services do you use to make your workload lighter?
Okay, so we have a thing called House Call Pro. And when a job comes in, we schedule it on that. It's on my phone. So that's been my schedule that I go by.
Yeah.
And then when you pay, it goes through the app and goes right into our QuickBooks. So there's not a lot of writing receipts, paperwork, cash. There's cash taken, checks taken, but a lot of credit cards are used now, and or they'll mail a check in, or they'll just pay online, stuff like that. So I think on internet stuff and technology has made our job, part of our job, easier.
Yeah, less room for error.
Yes. And they can book online.
Yeah.
And now self-booking, they'll book a spot, and once you come look at my job, and they can get on my website, and book a time. And then they can send pictures of what they're dealing with, so we can look at that. And whatever makes the easier for the customer to pay and use us, I think that's the way it is.
That's the goal. Yes. What do you spend most of your time on now, day to day?
Estimates.
Just the estimates.
Estimating, meeting customers, shaking hands, and like I said, I don't micromanage my guys. They know what's going on. If I got to put out fires, I'll do that. But I think most of the time it's lining jobs up, seeing where the progress of the job is at, and meet with customers.
Are you where you thought you'd be by now?
I don't know, because I didn't really have is it bad to say I didn't really have a level at this point in life?
No, it's not bad.
Yes, no, I don't know, because I don't have anything to gauge it by.
Yeah.
I didn't say, hey, I want to be here at this age or here at this age. So it's hard to say. I mean, I am where I am right now.
And you're grateful for it.
Yes, I am thankful for it.
Absolutely.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
I really have to be honest with you and say that I really didn't think I'd be a business owner. I didn't think I would, and I didn't ever think I was. And I really don't think I'm smart enough to do what I'm doing.
Hey,
to do a business.
You're fantastic, man.
Well, I mean, I'm serious about that. I was like, man, I can't believe I have my own business. Am I successful? I don't want to say I'm successful pridefully. I want to be very careful on that.
Yeah.
but it's the Lord's been helped every step of the way.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I mean, I have to remind myself, I'm actually a business owner. This is crazy.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna chat a little bit about your podcast. Why did you decide to start a podcast when you're already running a business?
Well, I enjoy podcasts. Mm-hmm. I think it's just people being themselves.
Yeah.
Being real. Mm-hmm. And I like to be real. And I like to be myself. Mm-hmm. And I think a podcast allows you to do that.
Yeah.
And if people are interested in it, like I said, great. If not, that's okay. I like to get with other people like this and do a podcast and just talk and visit. Mm-hmm. It's a good time to talk.
What has it taught you so far since starting it?
Know your topic.
Yeah.
Know your topic. Be honest. And just, don't say I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. Just be real.
Yeah.
And know your topic.
To that point, have you had a conversation that has changed your perspective on something yet?
As in?
Just like anything. Have you came across a conversation with someone that like their part changed your perspective? Oh yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Do you care to share?
Actually, yesterday I was really I like to talk about politics, and our country is just going all over the place right now. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to a gentleman he's a teacher, and I said, isn't it crazy that we have so much communism and socialism rising in this country? Mm-hmm. And he said, because if you think about it, as a teacher, he said, at a certain point they stopped teaching about government. Mm-hmm. They stopped teaching about socialism and communism. They stopped that. Mm-hmm. And so when the people aren't educated about it, they don't know about it, so they just think it's a good thing, so they'll vote for it.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, people many years ago said there was a dumbing down of America. Mm-hmm. And they were changing the way people are being taught. Mm-hmm. And we're seeing that today. Yeah. And I thought, you can't hate people that vote for that because they don't understand what they're voting for.
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was really cool when he told me that, because it made me think about things differently, how people just aren't educated.
Yeah. To that point, an interesting point is they stopped teaching cursive. If you are curious to what else is written in cursive, it would be the Declaration of Independence is written in cursive. And if they're not taught cursive, they won't know how to read that.
You just opened up a bigger hole.
Yeah.
Because you're exactly right. Mm-hmm. Now, I was taught cursive.
I was taught
cursive
as well.
And I wrote cursive.
Mm-hmm. But they stopped teaching it.
I heard they're bringing it back.
I have not heard that yet.
Okay. I heard they're wanting to.
I have double-checked with my nieces and nephews, and they were not taught.
Man.
Yeah.
I hate to think that we're part of something that's being planned out on us,
Yeah.
But again, at the end of the day, I just got to get up and
got to do our jobs, Yeah.
But I thought that was interesting how they're just uneducated in that area, and our education in the state is at 49th.
Yeah, it's not good at all. And there's just so much that we're just genuinely not taught about our history.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
And history repeats itself.
Yeah. If you don't know what it's repeating, it's an open door.
And we're supposed to learn from history, but you can't learn nothing if you don't know history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Has podcasting helped you become a better business owner, in your opinion?
Oh, I don't know if I've done it that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't say that, like, the talking and, like,
well, this right here has really made me think a lot about my business.
Yeah.
I have to be honest with you. This is probably the first time I've been interviewed at this level about my business.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this setting you have here is real easy to talk about it. Mm-hmm. Now, when I'm sitting here, I can speak right. When I'm sitting here thinking about the question you asked me, and what I'm here in the back of my mind, I'm fighting, there's probably somebody with a better answer than yours. I'm thinking that's just what you deal with. Mm-hmm. But all I can do is speak from experience. Yeah. All I have is, like you're saying, is my story. Mm-hmm. And my story is this.
Yeah.
I'm an electrician. I started my company when I was living on unemployment at $100, and I started my company.
Yeah, but that's your business,
Yes.
and that's your success story.
Yes.
So I wouldn't let the voices deter you because you are successful and you have a business to show for that.
Yep. And that's a good point. You can't let the outside voices deter you from what you know you got to do.
That's true. Absolutely. If you could have absolutely anyone on your podcast, dead or alive, who would it be, and what would you ask
Trump.
them first? What would you ask them first?
How do you do it?
How do you do the job part, like just showing up?
Yes, showing up, knowing that everything you do, doesn't matter, good or bad, is tore down. And you're accused of all kinds of stuff that never happens. And how do you do it?
Yeah. Well, no matter who the president is, that's always going to happen. Like, that's part of the job because we have multiple different parties that you're not going to be everyone's answer. So, that would be a great question because that is probably the hardest part of the job is just you have to be able to make a decision and know that someone's going to disagree. Like, that's inevitable. So you just have to be able to be confident in what you're doing.
Yep. Second person would be Jensen Franklin.
Who?
Jensen Franklin.
Who is that?
He's a preacher from Free Chapel.
Oh, nice.
One of my favorites. Yep.
What would your first question be for him?
Man. I don't know. I'd be like, that's a good question. I don't know what my first question. I'd have to think about it.
Okay.
I'd be like, I guess again, how do you keep doing it? What's your thoughts on where this country's going, and what? Yeah, he preaches with great conviction.
Absolutely. What has been your favorite moment of being a business owner?
I think my favorite moment is it's Christmas time when I can celebrate my guys and give them bonuses and have a Christmas party and see how they enjoy working together.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's it. And just getting up every day and going to work and seeing that the Lord has provided college, a house, and school for my girls to experience things in life that I never got to experience.
Yeah.
And it's taught my girls to work hard, go after it, get it done. Your dad does it every day, and they see that.
Yeah.
And so I want them to have the same determination. Say, hey, my dad did it. I'm going after it. I can do it with God's help.
Yeah, absolutely. As well as them just being able to see how gratifying it is.
Yes.
Just like even if you are putting in 14-hour days, like you're coming home dead tired, like you still love your job.
Right.
And they get to see that. And they can definitely see a person that goes to their 9 to 5 and hates their job, the difference in that.
Right.
What separates a successful business owner from everyone else, in your opinion?
Determination. An attitude of don't quit. The willingness to shake hands, look people in the face, and just say, and own up to it.
Yeah.
Own up and say, so I am. Hey, fix your mistakes and move on.
Yeah.
I tell my electricians, you can be the best electrician in the world or the worst electrician, but if you cannot connect with your customer and fill that void with a connection, they will never call us back.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful that I'm able to connect with my customers. That they'll call me and say, "Hey, Jonathan, do you know this person? Do you know the person that does this? And do you know a person that does that?" It's because you've gained their trust. And it's not the fact that you were perfect on their job or you did everything right. No, it's just like you were just an honest guy, and I'm going to have you back. Yeah. Well, I didn't fix it the first time. Yeah, it's all right, but I trust you. I know you will. I know you'll take care of it. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Absolutely. And sometimes it's just the demeanor and like your willingness to not rip people off.
Yes.
And like just not be greedy as a business owner and like be reasonably priced and be honest. Like people value that a lot more than having some shiny car with your brand on it and having 1 million employees to run out there. They value the actual like the appreciation
Right.
of their business.
That's a great point, because there's companies out there that just try to take advantage.
Absolutely.
You know?
They're just like, okay, well, you don't want to be my customer, someone else will.
Yeah.
And that's just not.
And they'll use scare tactics and fear,
Yeah.
and we don't do that.
Yeah. That's not the mindset to have as a business owner. No. We're here to offer service.
Yeah,
Not,
I'm here to take care of you. If you want to use us, great.
Yeah.
We'll take care of you. We'll do a good job. If not, no problems. You have a blessed day. We'll see you.
Yeah, absolutely. What is a lesson that you had to learn the hard way?
You don't need to take every job that comes across your desk.
Yeah. Did you get too busy? Too scheduled?
Well, we do that sometimes, but you lose money. You've seen signs that they weren't going to pay, and you try to think, that's not true.
Yeah.
And you're left $40,000 in a hole because they didn't pay.
Yeah.
So not every job you need.
What are ways that you could vet like a job like that?
I think I think you just have to feel it for yourself. I think just by knowing customers.
Yeah.
And seeing what they're dealing with and how they're talking. Sometimes they got red flags in how they talk about themselves, and I got all this and got all that, and they try to paint a pretty picture, and I'm like, I'm just here
To do the electric.
to do your electric, and hey, I got this over here, you do me here, good, I'll take care of over here, and blah blah blah. And there's a last electrician was here, but he didn't do us a good job, he left. It's just little things that you learn in business that you look for.
If you lost everything tomorrow, how would you restart? What would be your
One
first
day
step?
at a time.
One day at a time? What
Yep.
would be your first step, though?
Well, just get back up.
And just get back up and try to get out there, get another
just
job?
get back up and figure out where it went wrong. See if I could fix it. Obviously, I wouldn't want to wallow in my failure.
Yeah.
My greatest fear is failing. And I think the only way I can conquer that fear is never give up and never stop.
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely.
I don't like to fail at anything. I hate to make mistakes. And so I'm my hardest critic when it comes to that.
Me as well.
And but I just don't feel failure is an option. And I have friends that are like, listen, if you've done your best and still doesn't work out, you still have your family and still have the Lord. That's true.
Yeah.
But that doesn't solve.
Yeah, you said, but I'm still going to be in a bad mood.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. I am my own worst critic as well. Just because, like, you know you can do so much more.
Yes.
And it's just really hard whenever your time can't account for everything that you're wanting to put into it.
That's true. That's a good point.
It is hard.
It is.
And it really does, like, it does take a lot of effort to not take that personally.
Well, it does, but how can you not?
Yeah.
Because you're in charge of your time.
Yes.
And you put everything into it, and you to think this is not the way I thought it was going to go. People say, where are you going to be in 5 years? I don't know, but I know that what I start, I want to finish.
Yeah.
And I want to put my all into it.
Yeah.
And but I think at the end of the day, if this is what you're to do, and you put your all into it, you're going to be successful. But again, we're our own measure of success.
Yeah.
People could say, well, Jonathan, you've been successful. God's really helped you. Okay, yeah. Okay, but I'm not going to say
Stop.
that. I'm not going to stop her. I may not be the one to say that. People say, hey, how's business? I say, God's helping. That's what I say.
Absolutely.
I don't want to say, oh, man, we're blowing and going, man. We're just crazy and busy. No, I careful how I say things, you know, because
you want to be humble about it.
Yeah, 100%. Because I met this business guy one time, and his name was Danny, and he was a very successful business guy. He ran a big industrial business in Sand Springs, and I said, Danny, what's your secret to be successful? He said, I'll never forget where he came from. And he told me some many stories on how he grew up and what it took to get to him to work. And him and his brother shared a motorcycle, rode it every day to work. That's all they had. And you just got to keep going. Yeah. Can't stop, can't quit.
Yeah. And unfortunately, nowadays, one one day something could change. Like one day could change the whole trajectory of the rest of your life.
Yes.
So you don't want to talk very highly and run up tabs that you can't pay later on.
Yep.
So I think it is very important to be humble as a business owner, because in the same aspect of, at the end of the day, a business is dependent on people supporting you through your business.
100%.
So if you get cocky about it, they don't have to support you.
No.
So they can pull out all in one day and you can be done. So it is your job to be humble and be thankful for people. Yeah. Yeah, I believe that as well.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not the only electrician in town.
Exactly.
By no means.
No.
But there's a lot of things I like to do outside of my work that I think reflects who type of person I am and my company.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you get to contribute other things other than just electrical to your customers. Right. For anyone who is wanting to start this business, what's your advice?
You know, as I was thinking right then when he was talking to me, I had the thought saying, you got to know how to do the hard stuff. You got to know when to pull the trigger when it's not easy. Yeah. You got to say no. And I don't like to say no in business because I think the no in business has a greater impact than the yes. Yeah. And, but if you're going to start a business like a electrical business, you got to know in your heart that you're 100% that's what you want. And like you're saying, that's some points you brought up is know the costs. You may not know all the costs up front, obviously, because you've never done it before. Yeah. But knowing that it's going to cost you. And you can't have your cake and eat it too in a way. Yeah. Okay. You have to earn this, I guess, if you will, a cake. Earn your time. By what you put in, you'll get out, right? Yeah. You agree? A lot of things in life.
Absolutely, yeah.
What you put in, you'll get out. And build relationships. Don't be scared to talk to people, to shake hands, to tell them who you are. The best representation you have for your company is you. That's it. Yeah. You're your best, worst enemy. I'm both in that area.
Yeah, me as well.
But I just try to do the best I can and do right by people because it comes back. Yeah. So know your people. Know what you want to do in life. No, I guess in a way, could you say you know what you want to get out of it? Yeah,
you could. What your goal is, or not even, it doesn't even have to be a goal, just what you're trying to feel from it. Right. Like, I did this because I want to talk to people. Like, I want to have those connections. Like, I'm a philanthropist. I love it. So I'm trying to get that fulfillment out of this. So if it's just, you just set a goal of what you want to feel out of it and try to find that, and you'll be set. Right. For everyone watching who's interested in learning more about you or your company, where can they find you online?
Freedom Electrical on Facebook. And then I have my Facebook page there as well.
What's the best way for someone to contact you if they need services?
Business number.
Just call you up. Absolutely.
Yep. Call my office, set an appointment. You want to meet, my office at 26 South Park. Come on down. You want to visit, want to talk podcast, whatever, come on down. I'm love to visit with you.
Where can people listen or watch your podcast at?
Well, this is on my Facebook page for now.
Same thing?
Yep.
And then is there anyone you would like to thank or recognize before we wrap up?
Well, I like to thank my wife. She come on board at a certain time in the business where it really changed a lot. She kind of stepped up, started doing the side of things, like secretarial work type stuff. One thing I was going to tell you is when I first started my business, I was just out of my house, out of my garage. Yeah. And I hired this young lady by the name Carolyn Churchill is her name. She was my first secretary. She sat at my kitchen table with a little laptop with cell phone that I would transfer the calls to her cell phone. Oh, good. And she would make appointments. Hey. And she really developed my company to where, set up things to where that was streamlined things a lot easier for me. And make phone calls, order things for me, talk with customers, seal jobs, stuff like that. And after she quit and had to go back to school, it was during her school time and she was in school, I helped her get along. At that point, I realized I needed somebody. And so that's when I rented an office here in Sapulpa. James Lee Wright, he's a friend of mine. He was a senator too. He turned me on to this office many, many years ago on Main Street. And when I rented that office for $500 a month, it really changed.
It's a fantastic price for downtown.
It changed my whole company.
Yeah.
He said, Jonathan, this would be great. I rent it right now, but I want to rent it to you because I don't want no crazies next to me. I rented the business, and it just doubled.
Yeah.
My business began to grow. I had to hire more people. And we outgrew that spot.
Yeah.
And so now I'm in the process now of looking for a building in Sapulpa for my own. It's challenging right now because a lot of things are expensive. You know, there's real estate.
Yeah.
But so those things that I want to thank those see in business, and this is what I've learned. When you're in business and you want to grow, there's certain people that are going to come across your path. That's going to help you.
Yeah.
And you got to recognize those. Kind of help you propel you to the next level.
Yeah.
And there's another guy that I first got in business, and I was just by myself working. And I knew a lot of people at the time when I got business, lock supply guys, suppliers. And he came in to Lock Supply one time, and he was talking to one of the managers named Kenny. And he said, hey, Kenny, he said, I'm looking for an electrician. I need some help. I got a job coming up. I need some help. I'm not looking for a big company, just like one-man shop. He said, we got a guy. Gave him my number. He called me on the phone. He said, hey, I'm with Arrowhead Electric. I'd like to talk to you about coming to work for me on the side. I got a lot of work to do. I can't do it all myself. What do you think? Said, no problem. I'll meet up with you. So I met up with him. We became a great friendship. He was a mentor for me in the electrical side. And he wasn't per se, I don't know. It was just, I felt like God brought him across my path. He mentored me. He asked a lot of questions. Sometimes I wasn't very busy. Hey, I'm not very busy. Man, I don't know what to do. He said, hey, it's all right. This is going on. This is going on. Hang in there. Don't quit. This is normal. I'll see if I got some jobs for you. I'll throw you, because he was kind of hit and miss on his job. He didn't run. Sometimes you want to do, sometimes he didn't.
Yeah.
But he really helped me get through some kind of questionable times.
Guiding me
through some things.
Nice.
Through some waves and situations. And, yeah. I mean, it's just those things in life that you look back. And so when you do that, when you think about people that the Lord's brought you through your life or you run to in business, you want to do that for somebody else.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, like, one of the guys that worked for me, named Waylon, he went and started his own company.
Wow.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, 100%.
Yeah.
So do we compete against each other? Well, sure, we do. But,
yeah.
you know, I have to, at the end of the day, the Lord brings the business I need.
Yeah.
Some people say, well, Jonathan, I'm sorry, I went with somebody else. That's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. The Lord's got another job for me.
Yeah,
probably bigger and better than yours. You know?
Yeah.
So that's just why I have to look at it, because if not, I can drive myself crazy.
Well, and like all business owners, you should want your employees to continue to get better, especially whenever it's a trade business.
Yes.
Like, that is the goal. There's always going to be more people that are going to do more trades. You can bring more people in. Like, the goal is for you to be able to teach them and for them to be able to start a career in that business. So, good on you for being able to foster that environment for him to be able to then go and start his own business.
Yeah, because, I mean, you know, I see him today, wave at him, we talk on the phone. If he needs anything, I help him out.
Yeah.
You know, and my wife and I decided, you know, maybe our company won't be like a big company where, like, other companies in town, like maybe your Harp Electrics or your big Gillies. There's big electrical companies out there, and maybe mine's just going to be a stepping stone to help people better themselves.
Yeah.
That's okay. You know? So.
Well, yeah.
But
absolutely.
What's your goal for this podcast?
I just want to be able to really, like, help people. Like, the whole premise behind the podcast is for two things. For one, the community to learn the business owner behind the business, to be able to bridge that connection with your customers. And then two, for people that are wanting to start that business, be able to watch this and then kind of get a grasp of, like, what it's like to start a business and obstacles and things like that.
Well, you got to have licensing. You got to have your insurance. You got to take a test. A lot of people try to fly below the radar and do electrical work on the side. But I think after a while, that'll come back and get you.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're in city limits.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're outside city limits, it's a little bit different. But
And if you wire somebody's house and it burns down,
they can sue you.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the insurance is for.
that's right.
That's why you got to be insured.
Yep, and bonded.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us on Million Hour Workweek. I am very excited to be with you on your work day and see what that entails.
Okay.
So we will see you at work. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
If this episode inspired you or taught you something new, subscribe so you don't miss future stories from entrepreneurs who are building businesses one day at a time. Until next time, keep showing up, keep learning, and keep building.